The kicker, Graham Gano, set to put his foot into this one. Two teams more than ready to get this one started. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. So out come the Texans for their opening drive. They're led out by their 6'4" quarterback, the former Pitt Panther, Tom Savage.
And Tom Savage is one of those guys that when you look at him, you see the potential that's there. You get a chance to watch him practice and see him throw the football. But he hasn't had many chances to play in games, and you just wonder if given a full shot, what exactly would it look like?
Savage on first. Finding some room at midfield. Looking for his tight end on the corner. It's complete. And he is out of bounds, just a yard or two shy of the 30. A gain of 32 that time. They'll run it here. This is Deontay Foreman. And he gets stopped up at the 31 after a gain of maybe a yard. And this O-line, it is the lifeblood of the offense.
They establish the tone. Mean, nasty, physical. They can't wait to get after people. That allows the rest of the offense to feel confident.
And after the play on the ground, that brings up second down here. Again, it's Foreman. And he's going to get this one down to the 30. Back-to-back one-yard runs here, so that leaves him with a third down and 8. Such a solid defensive effort a week ago, and they'll be looking to carry that forward into this one.
And confidence grows. Every time you have a great performance, you think the next one's going to be even better. That's where this defense is today.
The 22 is the line to gain here on third down. Savage from the shotgun snap. He's going to launch this thing way down, and that is caught. Touchdown, Texans. This is a crew, they've come out flat their last two games, both losses, but just judging by the energy level, they look different here early, and that touchdown shows how.
Yeah, it seems to me that touchdown gets them off the treadmill. Because, you know, you've been on the treadmill. I've seen you work out. You go forever and ever, and it tells you've gone somewhere, but you really have. You're in the same spot. They've exchanged it for an escalator. Still got some hills to climb, but they can get there.
These are good analogies. I run outside sometimes, though. You know, get some fresh air, a little sun on your face.
A little wind in there.
Yeah, that's right. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. So here are the Panthers now for their opening drive. And out will come the leader of this offense, and that, of course, is their signal caller. Tough going there as he'll only get it up to about the 31. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. And the big boys up front in the trenches. What do you think of the O-line, Charles?
I love them because this is a group that's so cohesive. They know what the man next to them is going to do at all times, and they operate as a terrific unit.
Second down following the run. Brown from the gun, he'll throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The numbers for him from a week ago, 7 catches, 85 yards.
And what we just saw there was exactly what they need against this defense. Big plays. They were able to pick up the first down on that one.
Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. No gain on the play there, second down. And the big meat on the D-line, we'll see how they do today.
And I'd hate to be an offensive lineman having to deal with these guys. They come in hungry, mean, and confident. They think that no one can block them.
So they're still at the original line of scrimmage here. Second down and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. And the Texans have an extra defender in the secondary now on 3rd down.
Here we go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. It'll be a gain of 4, but it won't be enough. It leaves them with a 4th down now. Here's the Panthers punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. And now out comes Houston. They'll be looking to duplicate the efforts of drive number 1 that resulted in 7 points in the 7-zip lead.
Well, you know how much I enjoy horse racing, right? Looks like they caught a flyer out of the gate, as they would say when you're running the big-time races. Means they get out to a fast start. They're setting the pace, making the other team chase now.
They'll start the drive with a give to Foreman. And he'll take it ahead to the 28-yard line. The numbers on the ground for Foreman in last week's contest. 18 carries, 54 yards.
I can't remember the last time we did a game and a coach didn't talk about establishing the run first. But they've lost 2 straight games, so they still want to do that. But they've got to have some contingencies, some other options. Expect them maybe to throw it a little bit to open up things and maybe run it a little bit more later in the game.
And he finds a man with a crossing route. 23 yards on the play.
Someone's sharp in this game. I mean, a touchdown pass on the first drive and comes right back, and he's flinging it around really well here.
A really nice throw there to pick up the first down. You kind of just feel a laser focus and confidence about him, and I think we saw that this week, didn't we? Talking to him and the coaches, they felt good about his performance coming up.
Yeah, I was really impressed with that last practice we saw when they went through 2-minute drill, when they went through all the different situations. Ball hardly hit the ground, and I thought, yeah, he might be locked in for this one.
A carry for Foreman, and he'll be knocked down sideways at the 47-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2, and that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
Now Savage. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. They'll give him a yard on the play, and they're going to face a 3rd down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down.
Partner, when you're not able to run the ball successfully, it really messes everything up for an offense because no longer are you setting the tone and dictating the game. If you do want to throw the ball, play action's kind of gone out the window because they don't respect the run. And last but not least, you don't get to dictate it all when you want to throw the football, and that really hurts you as an offense.
Carolina getting set to take the field. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
Wide open receiver complete. And he's brought down after a good gain. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-armed guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
He'll be stopped shy of the 45 despite a great move. These are his numbers from last week's contest. And Charles, how do you think he ran the football?
I thought he definitely had his moments. I did think that they could have utilized him a little bit better, and I'm definitely going to keep an eye on him to see how they're going to use him this week. When the 4-3 defense is functioning really well, you know who stays what we call clean and no one gets to him? The guy playing the middle linebacker position, the guy we call Mike. That means the defensive front is eating up all the blocks and just let him go to the football and make a play.
Second down and a little ways to go here. 2nd and 13. Looking to throw. Brown. And an alley to run. And he will avoid the contact as he slides to a stop. Give him 9 on the play. And that'll lead here to a 3rd down. Third and 4. Back to throw. Brown with his stick skills. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue. Here's Brown on first down, and this one's incomplete.
Timing's crucial in any route thrown, but when you throw an out, so many things are going through the mind of the receiver. Catching the ball, timing it up with the quarterback. Are my feet going to get down inbounds? On that play, all those things going through his head might have caused him to drop it.
And he gets it down to the 32. 6 yards on the pickup, and it'll be 3rd down. An extra defensive back in the game now here for 3rd and 4. Now Brown operating from the gun. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. So instead of giving them another 3rd down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
Brown now throwing on 4th down. Got his target, Samuel. And he will have the first down across the 20 to the 19-yard line. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. They'll come up now with the clock showing 3 seconds to go here in the first.
Let's go!
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. 1 quarter in the books. It's a close game here early on. We're back to Houston in just a moment. With my good friend Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin with you. It's the Panthers in possession of the football as we begin quarter number 2. They're looking at a 2nd and short yardage to start things out. Now whistles. Flag down, and I believe one of the Panthers got moving early.
False start, offense.
Now this will be the 9th play on this drive. Now a handoff as they run left side. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. It's a really nice 15-yard pickup, and now it's 1st and goal.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. And he's able to get to the 2nd level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker.
And he's going to ball his way in for a Panther score. A great play there. His his third touchdown now on the year. And the Panthers are now an extra point away from tying up this game.
Well, we got a little bit of everything on that run. Offensive line creating some space, but how about the guy running behind his pads into the end zone?
What does that mean when a guy says running behind his pads?
Means that he's going to be a physical runner. That way he's able to use his shoulder pads, his forearms, anything to ward off people to power his way forward.
A pretty long drive that time. 11 plays all told. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. Fairly short kick, taken at the 14 here. Play fake here on first down. And this will be incomplete.
Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39.
They'll fake the handoff with Savage. He's got it complete to Braxton Miller. Touchdown, Houston. Braxton Miller, his first touchdown on the year. And the Texans have taken the lead.
I know these wide receivers are about flash and dash and high-flying plays, but a good number of them played running back at some point in their career, and that's how they finish off a lot of their big plays, run after the catch.
And this time he finishes off the big play in the end zone. Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. The long touchdown pass gets him 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be taken about the 12. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Here come the Panthers now, set to take over on offense. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Brown on 1st and 10. He finds an opening past the 40, and he'll slide down to avoid the contact. And the play goes for 19 yards, gives him a new set of downs. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he showed off the athletic juke. Good little gain there. Not a whole lot of real estate, but a nice carry.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
Play action. Brown under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Now, that was just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for them to go with the football. Led to a sack. That's really difficult to do in today's NFL with all these gazelles running around that you're trying to cover in the secondary.
The Panthers on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he's going to get to the 31, enough for the first down. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains.
Let's go.
So on that play, defense was in the zone. They ran a crossing route offensively, but the defense there, you got to be good with communication, don't you?
You certainly do, and it's not something that is really evident when you watch it on the screen. But everyone's talking, communicating, pointing, and it keeps you from chasing receivers because you have a specific zone you have to cover. When a receiver's in your zone and he crosses to another one, you got to let your guy know. They got a completion there, but I like the discipline they showed to stay in their proper areas and then make the tackle.
He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. Give him 7 on the play, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down. The Panthers on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3.
Come on, let's go.
From the gun, Brown, and unable to connect. If he had caught it, it would have been a first down. Instead, it's 4th.
After watching him drop that slant, I can hear my old coach's voice ringing in my ears right now. You can't run with the ball until you catch it. Trying to get those rack yards before he secured it.
And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10. So it goes down as an 8-play drive, and they cap it with the field goal.
Yeah, they were able to pick up a few first downs along the way, but they couldn't keep the momentum going all the way into the end zone.
After knocking through the field goal, here's Gano back out there now for the kickoff. This will be fielded at the 8. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. And now out comes Houston. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Here we go now. Blue landed. Blue landed.
On 1st and 10, Savage. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. Give him 8 on the play, and that'll make it 2nd down. Play fake, and it's Savage. His throw incomplete. Third and 2, Savage. Over the middle, complete. That's Thompson. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. The slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Here's Foreman. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
Normally when you put together a 3-4 defense, you want massive people up front who can eat up blockers and allow the linebackers to run free. But how about the big fella right there, breaking all codes and getting into the backfield and making the play?
Here's Savage now on second. To the sideline, and it's caught, but boy, he's out of bounds. And they try to get him into space coming out of the backfield, but it'll be third down.
We see passes like that all the time, don't we? When he's back there surveying the field, clock ticking in his head, trying to avoid the sack and the hit. Led him just a little bit too much trying to get out to his running back.
Third and long, it's Savage. The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down.
One thing they definitely like about this youngster is his motor. He is full throttle on each and every snap. Loves to get after the quarterback, and that has to feel good to him right there. His first career sack.
Here's Shane Leckler now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. Very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. The Panthers offense here, they get ready to head back on the field. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it. I once had a defensive player in the NFL tell me, if I beat and dominate the guy across from me, I'm helping my team. But winning one-on-one battles is always a part of the game. But when you have good team defense, as we just saw there, one broken tackle, but he didn't get away because the rest of the guys arrived to put him on the ground.
And he'll take this for about 4 up to the 46-yard line. The Panthers on third down, 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5.
Here we go. 38.
Looking to throw. Brown. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
But when you hit him on the move like that, and he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam, oh, boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down. An update from around the league as our first one comes from New Orleans. It's the Colts in that one that have grabbed the early lead. And we'll keep you abreast of how that one shakes out. Here's Brown throwing on first down. He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete. And he doesn't quite make it. They do stop him, but he gets it all the way down to the 1. Coming up at halftime in a little less than 2 minutes, we'll send you to Orlando where Larry Ridley is standing by. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he is in. Touchdown, Carolina. A great effort there with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And his guys are able to strike for 6. And always a good first half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
And it never hurts to have that good feeling as the game moves on. Just think about halftime. If that's all he gets, he'll just sit there at the half and think, all right, 2 already. I can get some more. I can get some more. And he'll be encouraging his offensive line to create some space.
So that drive spanned 5 plays, and it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. Gano out to kick this one away. This will be taken about the 12. And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, they'll start this drive at about the 37-yard line. Getting set to go again as we look at the back heading onto the field again. He's just been looking for some space. I'm not going to pin it on him or the offensive line, but they need to get this run game going better.
Sometimes you just have to credit the defense. They came in with a plan themselves. So I think now you try and mix things up a little bit. Get the ball in the hands of some other people, find some other playmakers, but always let the defense believe that he's still a threat.
I was going to say, don't forget about it. And with a flag down, he goes down. So they're able to sack him. Now the penalty looks like it could be holding. Let's find out.
Holding offense.
So apparently some grabbing of the jersey there on the O-line.
Yeah, just look in the interior, and that's where the penalty occurred.
Out of the gun, Savage. Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
Second down, here's Savage. He almost had it. The big D lineman nearly had an interception. Instead, it falls down incomplete. They'll run with Foreman. And he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. And now we get a timeout called on the defensive side of the ball by the Panthers. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. And now following that timeout, the defense back out onto the field. Here's Shane Leckler now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And a fair catch taken here right at about the 40-yard line. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Now Brown on 1st down, and he fires one that's intercepted. Tristan Decoud picks it, and he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race, and they will score a pick 6 for the Texans TD. Charles, I'm looking at you, and understandably your mouth is wide open in disbelief. What were they thinking?
That's going to be one of the great mysteries, but I do know this. When they went out on offense, I will guarantee they told them, don't just make anticipatory throws. Make sure you see it before you throw it. Didn't happen here.
Trying to protect that lead, and now they gave it up. It's up and good to make it 21-17. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. This one taken from the 7. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk is a big decision here. It looked like they had something there, but I think that he was thinking about running with the football before he actually hauled it in, and that led to a big drop.
Let's go.
Brown now. Back to the air on second down. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be third down.
Can you do any more work or make it more dramatic for not much gain than what we just saw there? Did you see how his toes got down? Tip-tap, got him down. But what did he get out of it?
He sold the sizzle. He just had no steak.
I mean, was it 1 yard?
Yeah, plays like that, you at least expect a first down. They're just 1 yard. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. Brown on 1st and 10. To the sideline. Wow, what a catch. Doesn't get a lot out of it, but he is able to keep the feet in bounds. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
I know the halftime's approaching, but I don't think he's going to want to take a break. That's his 5th catch.
Yeah, they've really been targeting the tight end. Second down, 9 yards to go. Operating from the gun, Brown, and that is incomplete. He was looking for the connection with Devin Funchess, and it's third down. The Panthers on third down. They've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd and 9. From the gun, Brown. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. It'll be a gain of 4, and it'll be 4th down. Here's the Panthers punter now. On for his second punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. So we've come upon halftime here in Houston, and it's the home team, the Texans, leading this one. As we send you over to our headquarters in Orlando, where we check in with Larry Ridley for our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, back to you and Charles in a bit. But first, let's get you caught up on all the highlights from the first half. The Texans are up right now and are looking to keep up the pressure moving forward. The Panthers didn't play their best, and they'll need to be at their best now to come back. So let's take a look at some of the highlights from the first half. Now 1st and 10, Savage is going to complete the pass. He'll make it to the 32-yard line and then run out of bounds. Texans have it later on the drive. Thompson's got the catch in traffic, and this 4-play drive goes for a touchdown. They strike first in the half. Now to early in the second. Knocks the defender away with a stiff arm, and he capped off the long drive with a touchdown. Now early in the second, Miller's going to make the catch in traffic, and he'll take this all the way for the touchdown. Texans is up now by 7. Panthers take it at the 1. They'll go with the run, and this 4-play drive goes for a touchdown. That puts them up by a field goal. 1st and 10, under duress, and the pass is picked off. Deku's the one taking it back for the score. They're now on top by 4. That'll do it for us here at EA Sports Studios. Let's get back out to Brandon and Charles for the call of the second half. Brandon.
This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. Around the NFL, we've got a second quarter score. The Jets are out to the early lead. I have a feeling that one's going to stay tight throughout. We'll continue to monitor.
Let's round.
They go play action here on first down. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Jelani Jenkins coming hard on the blitz. He dumps him for a loss of 8. And here the pressure from the outside linebacking spot.
And normally when that happens and they're able to get home, that means the other guys on his team helped him out a lot. That they occupied people to allow it to be no less than a one-on-one situation, allows him to get home.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. They'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. Here's Brown. Off play action. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground.
I remember when I was a kid and all I wanted was a nickel so I could get that soda down at the fountain. And guess what? The nickel came into play well. 5 defensive backs. They covered well. Allowed for the sacks.
Sodas were a nickel when you were a kid?
No, I just needed the extra nickel so I could pay the proper price.
Okay, how much were they? A dime? What were they?
15 cents.
Here's the Panthers punter now, standing just outside his own goal line. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And it's fielded at the 34. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Texans with great field position to start this drive as they take over 1st and 10. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away. Defense, we got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game. Check so far. Defense shut them down. Let's see if the offense gets done.
Let's go! Blue landed! Blue landed!
Off of play action, Savage. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away, and now it's 3rd.
Not sure what you're thinking here, partner, but I believe the officials have done a nice job here getting together and then coming out and indicating that there was a receiver in the area.
Absolutely, and he was in the area. Correct call made. No grounding.
Let's go!
Now Foreman. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. They run again with Foreman. And he'll be stopped up quickly here at the 38. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things. But the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and they're going to have a 3rd down. The Texans on third down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6.
Hurry up, here we go. Green, 35.
From the gun, here's Savage. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And it's picked up by the Panthers. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. Anything to make of this or just a bad stretch? Because he had the 2 fumbles he lost last week and now a 3rd.
It's a bad stretch, but it's one that he has to make sure he overcomes. This isn't on anyone else but him. Taking care of the ball, tucking it away, keeping it high and tight, all the while doing that and not slowing down his running and his ability to move the ball forward.
Carolina getting set to take the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll get this up to about the 40. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on first down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
Now Brown to throw on second down. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. And the play goes for 19 yards. Gives him a new set of downs.
And this is why trying to cover the angle route is so difficult. Anyone playing the linebacker position, when they see a running back out of the backfield widen because he heads towards the flat first, oftentimes you widen too much and overcommit. He cuts up inside, and this is what we saw there. A nice pickup for a first down.
So the offense has it 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And the lane closes up quickly as he'll get about 3 down to the 38. See if they stay on the ground for second down.
Here we go.
Back to throw. Brown. No gain on that one, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. The Panthers on 3rd down. Not quite 50%, 4 for 9. This will be 3rd and 6. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
Well, partner, what do you think? Might have been 4-down territory if they didn't pick it up, but...
Yeah, it's a moot point now. I was curious, so if they didn't get it there, would they have gone for it? I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, we didn't have to make that call, but I have a feeling both of us would have said, go for it.
Brown now throwing on first down. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. Now the Auburn alum, Artis Payne. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll set up a 3rd down.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
Brown from the gun on 3rd down. And he slides to avoid the hit. It's a gain of 5. And that'll bring up 4th down. To the football. It's blocked. Now it's scooped up, and this is a live football.
Please tell me this doesn't come off as snarky, but that's a relative chip shot. I mean, you've got to be able to execute that one. I don't care what they design on the other side about trying to block the kick. That should be 3 points on the board.
Yeah, we've talked about it before. If you're out at 55, 60 yards, low trajectory from here, you get that thing up, this should be 3.
Yeah, there's nothing routine in football, but this one really almost should be. Snap, hold, kick, ball through the post. Didn't happen that way.
The drive starts with Foreman on the ground, and he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Yeah, that wasn't a big run, just a short one there. But guess what? Sometimes you treat it like boxing. You throw that jab out there, and you throw it again, you throw it again, then you come with a big punch later. Maybe they're just trying to set them up.
They go play fake. Now Savage. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. The Texans on third down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 8. Operating from the gun. Savage. That's a strong running. The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down.
You know, on these types of plays, we're always looking to assess blame. Okay, where did it break down? Sometimes it's just a great play.
Here's Shane Leckler now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. Now fair catch is called for and taken at the, we'll call it the 37-yard line. 36 yards on the punt with no return, and the offense will take over with a new set of downs. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. He is hoping to find the end zone for a 3rd time, and we sit now in the 3rd quarter.
And nothing would excite him more, but I think even more so, his offensive line. Anytime you've got a guy scoring that many times, that means you've done a really nice job in front of him.
You're always giving props to the big fellas up front.
It's always a good idea. Those are some massive men.
And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down. Throwing again. Brown. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. So they escape, so to speak, maintaining the football. Defensively, though, opportunity miss.
It definitely was, because that's all defenses talk about. Getting the football and either advancing it the other way or just getting possession and turning it over to their offense. That can be a little bit deflating. You're exactly right. A lost opportunity.
Here's Brown, throwing on 3rd and long. And he's going to go down again.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
Here's the Panthers punter now, as he's on here to punt it away. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. 47 yards on the punt that time, just 1 yard on the return. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. Around the NFL, 3rd quarter from Foxborough. And you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here. Here is Savage. Looking left side, he's got it, complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. They get 14 on that one. Good for a Houston first down. 3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Texans in control of the football and leading this game as well as we start the fourth. As they run the counter play. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
It's real easy to say this running game needs to be better, but the reality is they've been given little time to actually find a place to run the football. It's almost like the defense is there on the handoff.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Call it no gain there, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 13. Well, that was better than the first go-around when he lost yardage, but still nothing there, and that sets up a 3rd and long. Tough spot here.
Put it mildly. Sometimes I wonder if some of that old-school football should come back into play. You know what I would think here? Quick kick. Try and change field position, help out your team.
And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. Here's Shane Leckler now as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Fair catch called for and made right at the 25-yard line. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. Carolina getting set to take the field. And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball right now, do you? Because you're either thinking, my replacement may get an opportunity.
Your head better be on a swivel.
Totally. Or maybe I just need to get out of the game for a while because I just can't slow these guys down. They've got it.
And now off to the races down the right side. Touchdown, Carolina. A big play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Panthers have taken the lead here in the 4th.
How about that touchdown, partner? If you blinked, you probably missed it. I looked away for just a second, and they were in the end zone.
Now an important extra point here to stretch this lead to a field goal. He's got it, and this is indeed up to a 3-point lead. Gano out to kick this one away. Fairly short kick, taken at the 14 here. And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, they'll start this drive at about the 37-yard line. And now out comes Houston. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, do you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. Don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. A really nice gain of 25 yards. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. A first down throw coming. Savage throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. So the offense avoids disaster, keeps possession. Now it's second down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
And that's a nice pickup of a first down on that second down run. And at that yardage gained, they can run that play on any down.
Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10.
Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39.
From the gun, Savage. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. A rough couple of weeks for the man under center. 5 sacks last week, 4 now this week. Do you try to design some quicker developing plays if you're an offensive coordinator?
I think you do that. I think you also change his launch point at times. In other words, move your pocket to the right, to the left, roll him out, bootleg him. Do some different things so they can't just rely on the fact that he's going to take 3 to 5 steps back in the pocket and line up and throw the football.
Yeah, current formula is not working right now.
All right, here we go.
To throw on second down is Savage. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll go down at the 28. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12. The Texans on 3rd down. They've converted a 1/3 of their opportunities, 3 for 9. This is 3rd down and 12.
Hurry up, here we go. Green 39.
Operating from the gun, Savage. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
Here's Shane Leckler now, as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. This one angles out of bounds in a good spot in the coffin corner. And they're going to mark this out of the 5-yard line. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. And he's found the end zone twice, and now I'm guessing he's thinking, hey, let's find it 3 times.
And you got to figure from the defensive perspective, how has he gotten there twice? What are we going to do to keep him out for a 3rd time? How do we tighten things down? Because he and his offensive mates, they are really in sync right now.
Room past the 20. He's at the 50. The 30. The 20. Touchdown, Carolina. A great play there. His 3rd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Panthers add on to their lead. He keeps carrying the ball into the end zone, and in this one, he's sort of carrying the team on his back.
He's the reason that they lead right now. No question about it. And you talk about on his back, he's not minding the extra weight at all, is he? Carrying that just as lightly as he does the football. Yeah, what a great performance so far.
Those 3 touchdowns, it's got him in the lead. Gano now to add the extra point. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. Those are the ones the offensive coordinators dream about. 1-play drives from that distance. What an effort. It results in the touchdown. Gano out to kick this one away. This will be fielded at the 8. And a good return. He's across the 35-yard line, right around the 36. Tom Savage and the rest of his Texans offense heading back out there. And the passing game, I mean, look at the numbers. It's fallen off. When a team is struggling, sometimes you look at the quarterback. When the quarterback starts to struggle, who goes over and picks him up?
Yeah, that's always a big one, isn't it? Usually, there's a quarterback whisperer somewhere. And what I mean by that is, whether it's an assistant coach, whether it's one of his best friends on the team, someone that can get in his ear, get with him and say, all right, well, man, what do you need? What's going on here? So he's one person he can lean on. He's going to have to lean on that guy right now.
And on 2nd and 10 now.
All right, here we go. Boo, Landy.
To throw again. Savage. And the pressure will get to him. He goes down. Now there is a flag on the play, but this looks like holding on the offense. Well, there have been a ton of sacks. They were just trying to prevent another.
So what you're telling me is the conventional way has not really worked for them, huh?
Not at all.
Not all. So he tries to grab him here, and they still get caught.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Savage under pressure again, and down he goes again.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
So after the sack of Savage, the Texans with a 3rd and long forthcoming. They'll run it now out of the gun. And not much room there, so he'll get it up only to about the 21. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down. And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And it's knocked away and incomplete. The Texans tried it, but they come up empty here on 4th. And the Panthers are going to get it back in excellent field position. A gutsy decision there at this stage in the 2nd half in their own territory, and a decision that they might regret.
Can't wait for the post-mortem. You know, this post-game press conference, because the questions are going to come fast and furious about this decision, no matter how the game turns out, right? What were you thinking there? Why? Did you have a certain play call? Were you confident in your defense? Oh, yeah. Why? It's going to keep coming up.
Yeah, no matter the scoreboard, just tough to justify. Now Brown on 1st down. And incomplete, a drop there in the middle 3rd of the field. That'll bring up 2nd down.
That was a classic example of trying to run with the ball without securing the catch. He was thinking about those rack yards instead of making the catch first and then taking off.
10 yards still left on 2nd down. Off the play fake. Brown. And he can't hang on. That's definitely going to be one he wishes he had back. Incomplete in the end zone.
Coverage was very good that time. A nice job to smother him as the ball arrived, and that ensured an incomplete pass.
And he keeps 6 points off the board. So incomplete on 2nd down. Now they'll look to convert here on 3rd. And the inaugural carry here for Fonzie Whitaker. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. A good pickup there, 7 yards, but it brings up 4th down.
Okay, didn't break that one all the way, but you got to know that he feels like he's right on the verge. And that's probably exactly what he's telling him in the huddle right now.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. And Gano's kick is right through. Meanwhile, in Foxborough, they're in the 4th quarter. The Jets continuing to pour it on. They're opening the lead up even further. A win would be their first of the young season. So they settle for just the 3 there, but clearly anything helps when you're trying to salt one away here in the 4th.
Without a doubt, I think a touchdown would have been the final nail. But 3 does give them some breathing room and lets them build up a little cushion.
This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. The Texans offense now, they get set to head back on the field here. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened there.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
To throw on 2nd down. Savage. And he almost intercepted it. They haven't picked a ball off yet. That probably should have been their first. And it's 3rd down now.
Pretty nice coverage there, but a missed opportunity for an interception. Let's face it, a lot of these defenders, they've got it all. Speed, athleticism, hands, a little bit questionable.
Throwing on 3rd down, it's Savage. And that is incomplete. And a tough ask here. They're going to go for it on 4th down and 9. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. The Texans tried it, but they come up empty here on 4th. And the Panthers are going to get it back in excellent field position. So now with a 2-minute warning coming up fast, that puts a mammoth dent in their comeback hopes.
I like how you phrased it. It's a dent because there's still opportunity. They've got to get the ball back on defense, obviously twice. But guess what? This thing is not close to being over. They need to go ahead and play it out.
Not over. As you said, 2-score game still. Now the Panthers offense, they get set to come back onto the field. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point?
The kicker.
Exactly. You put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about
toe
that.
bashed it.
Super toe.
Holding offense.
So some holding over on the left side of that O-line.
And I know for the guys trying to move those big defensive people, they'd love for them to stay in one spot. But they move around so quick and so fast that sometimes you just have to grab them.
And a big loss here as he's taken down.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Time for a break. We're back to finish this one off after this. So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. Brown now looking to throw on second down. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. He's picked off near his own 48. And they will score a pick six for the Texans TD. Well, don't change that channel just yet. This one may have gotten a bit more interesting.
Put down the remote, put down the clicker. This one looked like it was over. It looked like they were ready to seal the deal. But in doing so, by pitching it around a little bit, it cost them. We could have a great finish.
Elsewhere in the NFL, they're in the fourth down in New Orleans. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. A win would be their first of the young season. And the lead will shrink to 6. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. Carolina getting set to take the field. They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does the opposition no good.
Everyone loves to have a little bit of a cushion, and that helps you immeasurably. But the bottom line is, do all the things that you're taught in order to close out the game. Don't even let that become an issue.
Yeah, but still a one-possession game. This one not fully over yet. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. So a defensive timeout, chance to regather, regroup, and get set as we resume action. They'll run it now out of the gun. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this fourth quarter of play. And you would have to think an obvious passing situation here on 3rd and 9. And a give this time to the tailback. And the hole closes quickly. He gets it across the 35 to the 36-yard line. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. So the defense had a chance to catch their breath, and now they're back out and ready. Here's the Panthers punter now as he's on to kick it away. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback. Heading out is the Texans offense as they get set to take over here. They're down here in a 1-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
Yeah, they have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. He's back to throw toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. Deontay Foreman, the intended target, out of the backfield. And it's 3rd and short. Couple extra defensive backs out there in the dime, and because of that, really not many places to throw the football, if any.
And typically, what would you want to do against that dime?
Run the football.
You want to run the ball, but you can't do it in this situation. Not nearly enough time on the clock. You having to really navigate against a tough defense presented against you.
These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and in the second quarter, he may very well run by him, but in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
All right, here we go.
They'll run for it. This is Foreman. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and that's going to be just about all she wrote for this one. Here are the Panthers now as their offense comes back out onto the field. So now let's look at this situation with no timeouts remaining. The offense should be able to just run the clock out.
I know that's what it says on my time management chart up here. And I know a lot of teams are hiring a time management coach who's going to sit in the box, talk to the head coach. And in this situation, if you do anything but take a knee in victory formation, then you're not playing the game right. This game should be over. Take the knee, hold on to the ball.
By the way, so impressive that you do have a time management chart up here.
Listen, you know I can't count. So I need it in a big way. We can't hire anyone to help us out, so hopefully I'm reading it correctly.
A lot of scoring. There's no doubt about that in this one, Charles. Points, they were not in a preview. They were pretty easy to come by.
They were, but it was fun, wasn't it? Because both teams finding ways to click. And you know people who love this game, they also love baseball games that are 14-11 with 3 or 4 home runs mixed in.
So for Carolina, they're on a nice early roll as they move to 3-1 with a win here. And they will head home next week to take on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Meanwhile, for the Texans, they'll drop down to 1-3. And they'll try to rebound next week on the road in Nashville. So that'll do it. For my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry, I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. So long, everybody.